Hello everyone and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we're taking a look at the 7th wave of Dragon Star series figures from Dragon Ball Super. We have Ultra Instinct Goku, Vegeta, and Super Saiyan Gohan. Now I have not gotten to this point in the dub yet. They are just entering the Tournament of Power, and it is my understanding that this guy kind of happens towards the end of the Tournament of Power. But at this point, it's kind of impossible to not be spoiled by new forms and things because, of course, Super has been finished in Japan for some time now. So I did my best. I tried to avoid spoilers, but there's just some things you can't avoid. Saying that, I think he looks pretty cool. I don't really understand how it works yet. I'm sure it's just he'll be, you know, Super Saiyan Blue and then eventually get even angrier, as is usually the case. And apparently lose his shirt at some point because he's shirtless in this one. But I do like the silver hair. I think that looks pretty cool. Surprised he went back to his normal, like, Goku haircut instead of, like, the Super Saiyan and just being silver, but I'm sure it'll be explained. Packaging for these is always really cool. It's kind of funny how, because of the way they use this, like, embossed material, you know, you look at it one way, it looks great. You look at it another way, it's completely unable to be read because it just blends in with the black background. But here is a picture of him on the side, looking very cool. I like that packaging. Now, the way these have been working, it takes 2 waves to do a Build-A-Figure. So 1 and 2 gave us Shenron. 3 and 4 gave us the weird Zamasu with the giant purple arm. 5 and 6 gave us Kale, but I pretty much skipped that wave. The only one I got was the Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. Everyone else just kind of didn't impress me. I'm still not really familiar with Jiren, but I might pick him up eventually. Kaba didn't really interest me. The weird Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken 10 Goku I didn't really care for. Who else was in that wave? Regular non-Super Saiyan Gohan. So yeah, I kind of just decided I was getting the... Oh, and the Golden Frieza. I don't know why the Golden Frieza form doesn't really get me going. I don't know. In any case, I decided to pretty much blow off the majority of that wave with the exception of the Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. But I'm going to try and get all of 7 and 8 so that we can make Super Saiyan Broly over here. I think that was the other thing. The Super Saiyan Kale, just I didn't really care about that Build-A-Figure at all. That's why I didn't buy all those figures. Yeah, just kind of is what it is. Again, I'm just getting to where Kale is relevant now in the show. So at the time, I didn't know who she was. Didn't really care about a figure. Plus, the figures in the wave didn't entice me, so it was kind of a knockout punch. But definitely want this Build-A-Figure Broly. I think that looks really cool. The only problem is this wave is kind of lackluster, I have to be honest. You have 3 normal versions of figures we've already gotten powered up. We've already gotten Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. Now we have regular Vegeta. We've already gotten Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black. Now we're getting regular Goku Black. And we've already gotten Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta in this outfit. I already have a regular Vegeta in his normal outfit, a Super Saiyan Vegeta in his normal outfit, and now a Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta in this outfit, and now I'm getting a regular Vegeta in this outfit. So I've got plenty of Vegetas. But I was excited to get the Super Saiyan Goku, or Gohan rather, and of course the Ultra Instinct Goku. These were the 2 I was probably most excited about from this wave. Future Trunks normal is pretty cool as well. So those are the guys we're going to be taking a look at eventually when I do find Wave 8. I will be getting these 3, not a powered up Saiyan among them. All normal. I feel like they should have just tossed, maybe moved one of these guys, switched it with Gohan. It doesn't really matter. In any case, this is the packaging. We're used to the packaging. It is very similar. It hasn't really changed at all. Taking a look on the side, these pictures are always my most favorite part of the packaging. And I think all 3 of these look pretty excellent. So that's very cool. The funny thing with Super Saiyan Gohan, I feel like he could just as easily be Gohan circa Super Buu, except he doesn't have that one little, like, curl. I guess he got a little bit older and he cut that off. So, I don't know. But yeah, a cool figure nonetheless. So let's go ahead, let's get these guys out of the packaging here, and we'll take a closer look. So here are the 3 out of the packaging. I'll start over here with Super Saiyan Gohan. Looks pretty cool. His neck is a little loose. You can see there, it's not so much where the head connects to the neck, but where the neck connects into the body. But overall, I think the head sculpt looks pretty good. The eyes and everything are painted really cool. I like the expression on his face, like he's powering up. These have pretty much all the same articulation that these figures are known for. You have a ratchet joint in the shoulder, which sometimes with these little extra cloth pieces can be a little tricky, but it's fine. Head can move all around. A little bit of up and down, but I don't know. The necks on these are weird. Like, the necks are always, like, jutting out instead of just being kind of straight up. I guess because it almost feels like they're always going to have to be in that, like, crouched powering up position. Because the necks always kind of jut forward. They can't ever just look straight. They always have to kind of look down. Like, even when you put their head back as far as it'll go, he's still pretty much looking downward. And there's really nothing you can do about that. You have a bicep swivel, double jointed elbow, which is pretty nice. They have that similar kind of wrist where it can, obviously it's a ball jointed wrist, but then also has like a hinge in there as well. He does come with extra hands. I'm not going to bother swapping them. You guys know the drill. Pop them off, pop the other one off. It's pretty simple, pretty repetitive at this point. Then he's got kind of a joint here in the middle. Can move all around. The legs kind of like can come down, but then you kind of push them back up and they're kind of like linked to each other. So you can kick out to the side. Can't really go back so much. And then you have double jointed knees. Don't have a boot swivel. It kind of looks like you would, but you don't. And then you have, now they definitely swivel around and there's a joint in the ankle like the wrist, but okay. Or maybe there's not. Alright, well here you go. At least I didn't break it. So there is a joint. It can move around like this. So maybe I need to move the joint around. See if I can actually get this to happen. Maybe it's not supposed to move. So anyway, now he's got a peg leg. But you can just pop the leg back on there. So it's got a side to side, and obviously it can spin all the way around as well. So I don't know. I do feel like overall they're a little looser than usual. Not terribly loose, just overall it feels a little bit more janky. I can't really put my finger on it. I still think they're good figures. They're just, they feel a little bit less intact than the last couple waves have. Next up we have Vegeta. Looking pretty good. I think they did a nice job. They always get to do a good job with his hair, his facial expression. This is the suit. Now you can see that the arms they can come down, they can kind of move up, because they don't have the kind of cloth piece that Gohan had, so they get a little bit more range of motion out of it. But you have nice ratchet there in the shoulder. You have spin in the bicep, of course. Really all the same articulation that Gohan had. He doesn't really have as much movement in the torso as Gohan did, but he can kind of swivel to the side. And then his legs, I feel like, pull down a little bit more than the others, but of course, now it's not really doing it. I don't know. The way the legs and everything on these move is a little weird. I think the knee joints are good. Also, I wanted to show him with... Move my camera stand. There we go. Here is the Super Saiyan Blue version. You can see that the outfit is pretty much identical to the point that I would say it is the exact same figure body, and they just popped a new head on there. Would have been nice if they could have just given us a Vegeta with two heads and we could just swap them instead of having to just buy a whole new figure, but that really wouldn't suit their business model, I guess. It just kind of seems like a shameless promotion when there's tons of characters on this show that you could do, but you're making me buy like my 4th Vegeta out of 8 waves. Just saying, you know, like there's literally been a Vegeta in every single Build-A-Figure. If you count each Build-A-Figure as 2 waves. The first one had, actually no, I guess the first one had 2. The first one had regular Vegeta and Super Saiyan Vegeta. I don't know. It's not a bad figure. It just, to me, I already have this one, and I didn't really need both. But he comes with Broly's head, so you got to do it, you know? Let's move on to this guy, because this is a new guy, new figure, new form. We don't even have a shirtless Goku yet, so if you really wanted to, you could pop the head off, put the Super Saiyan head on there, and reenact when he fought Frieza in Dragon Ball Z, so that's kind of cool. I noticed when I got it home, he's got a big paint spot missing there in his exposed knee, which is kind of a bummer. Maybe I can color it in with a marker or something. It was the only one they had, and I didn't notice it till I got it home. I was just happy to find it because honestly, from what I've been seeing online, this is obviously the most sought after figure from the wave, so he is becoming scarce. So I wanted to just kind of make sure I got one. But again, all the same articulation. His torso moves a little bit, doesn't really have so much movement all the way around. He's got kind of the most droop. You can see the legs pop down so he can kick, and then you can kind of push him back up into place. But he looks good. I think he looks neat with all the kind of ripped, tattered. Obviously, he doesn't have a shirt. So I think it's kind of neat to finally get at least a completely different version of Goku instead of just kind of getting him in the same outfit again. I'm glad that it's at least a little different. And I really do kind of like this crazy silver form. I still don't really know anything about it, but I think it looks cool. And I love his demeanor. His demeanor is very much like he's confident that he's going to kick your butt. And I like that. He's just very like calm but stern, and I think that's a really cool expression. So I don't know if that's what he's going to be like in the show, but they nailed it on the toy if that's what they're going for. I think that looks really, really neat. So I wanted to show off the Build-A-Figure pieces so far. You get the arm, I think, with Goku, and it does come with another hand. Now, he doesn't really have all the same articulation because he's so bulky, so that's just a simple ball joint. So if you want to just pop it on, pop it off. Well, I guess you have to pop it off first and then pop it on. There we go. So I think that looks pretty cool, and I'm fine with that. Obviously, that extra joint in the wrist, I really don't need it, especially for a figure this bulky. But you got nice shoulder movement there. You have the bicep swivel. You have the double elbow joint. You have some nice paint, especially this gold paint here on the bracer. Looks really sharp, really nice gold paint there. He's got that little jewel painted in there as well. I really like the head. Obviously, he doesn't have the pupils, which is fantastic, and the hair looks great. Broly's always had that little bit of like a green twinge to his hair because he's kind of that weird Super Saiyan form that no one else really achieves, the like legendary Super Saiyan. So he's always got, I guess just to differentiate him, they always give him that little bit of a green twinge. I think they did a great job. The molded hair looks great. Really well done. The only thing is this stupid necklace. It doesn't really lay flat. I wish it was just kind of molded into the chest piece. I don't really need it to be its own separate thing. I'm hoping over time it'll kind of lay flat a little bit more. And the head doesn't move. I mean, the head moves around, but it doesn't, again, he can't really look up. He always has to kind of look down. I don't know why all these necks are molded so they can't just look at eye level, but I really do like the head sculpt, and I think they painted it fantastic. So right now he kind of reminds me of Frieza right before Namek blew up. He's just like missing his legs and his arm and just floating around. But yeah, so we should be getting the arm and the other two legs with the next wave. So I think it's going to be a really cool figure when it's all said and done. But already looks pretty good, except for this blasted necklace that I can't get to lay flat. There you go. Maybe that'll work. That's a little bit better. But yeah, so far, definitely liking them. Really cool. So I would say I like most of the figures in this wave, and the only one that I don't technically like, and it's not really that I don't like it, but I just don't feel the Vegeta is necessary. I feel like this will be our 4th Vegeta. I already have the entire figure body just with a different head. It would have been nice if they would have done these the way Hasbro is doing the Lightning Collection, where you just have swappable heads all in the same package. I don't really want to rebuy the entire figure again just for the different head. I think that's kind of a cash grab, for lack of a better term, but, you know, Bandai America's hanging on by a thread at this point. They're good figures. Like I said, overall, they feel a little bit looser than I'm used to with these. Not to say that they're falling apart or you're going to break them or anything like that. They certainly stand on their own, as you can see here. They just, I don't know, like, especially the necks, they just don't seem super together. They're just a little wobbly. So I hope we're not getting, like, mold fatigue, because if this line keeps going on, I don't want these to start getting, you know, Draken levels of of noodles in these joints as we go. But like I said, I was happy to get the Super Saiyan Gohan because I didn't get the regular Gohan from the last wave. Love the Ultra Instincts Goku. Just the Vegeta to me seems unnecessary. There are a ton of other characters in this show. They could have given us a new figure. But the Build-A-Figure Broly pieces look great. The next 3 that are coming out in Wave 8 are going to be the regular version of Goku Black, the regular version of Future Trunks, and then the regular version of Vegito, which I can't say I'm super excited about any of those. I think the Future Trunks will probably look the best. But honestly, all 3 of those are just going to be the same bodies we already have, but with new heads. So it's exactly the situation we got going on here with Vegeta. So I'm a little bummed by that. Again, I really feel like they could have given us brand new characters. There's so many characters in the show. I would love a Whis figure. You know, I would love anyone from the Tournament of Power, an updated 17. I mean, there are so many things they could do. Give us like that new Boo where he was like, looked like Super Boo, but he had the vest and the pants of Fat Boo. I would take a figure of that. Like, there's just so many things they could be doing, but they're just like, well, people only buy Vegeta and Goku, so we got to do 6 versions of that. I don't think that's true. I think if you just give people a chance, but it's just kind of classic Bandai. I'm getting on a rant here. Anyway, the figures are good. I think they're nice figures, so I recommend picking them up for that, as long as you don't mind getting your 4th Vegeta. I'll stop ranting. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as always, thank you so much for watching.